Hello my friends, this is the video that I made on NIO on July the 9th of this year, when the price of this asset was, as you can see right here, at $3.5 mark. And at this very point, my main assumption was that if this sloping line holds as the range of support at that moment, and if it breaks this range of support that previously was range of support and that became range of resistance line to the upside, this asset might hit this price target, and you can see that I drew this arrow back in the beginning of July and or end of June, and the price target was set slightly above this previous swing high. And guys, take a look right here. We were at this moment, and as you can see, this asset went higher. It broke these two ranges of resistance, and right after this breakout, the movement to the upside was extremely powerful, and it hit pretty much to the tick my price target. And guys, take a look right here. It retested with this top, this previous swing high, went a little bit lower, collected more steam, and broke it to the upside. But for now, it is hovering again at $4.38 mark. And guys, this is another evidence of the power of technical analysis. And if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to join my Patreon account. And guys, I'm recording this part of the video on June 28th, and within less than a week I will close some of cheap member tiers, and let me show you just a sneak peek on the most recent call that I made just 2 days ago. You know that yesterday on Friday session on June 27th, Coinbase lost substantial amount of its value. And I made this set of posts the day before on Thursday. You can see it right here. It is June 26th, Thursday, June 26th of this year. And this top I caught to the tick. I made it for my patrons, and the major sell-off happened the very next day on Friday. And guys, you can see that I made a perfect call, and it is not the only call that I made. You can find other similar achievements in the pattern articles, and that is why, guys, if you want to be a part of this community, feel free to join my Patreon, because within next several days you will not have these lucrative prices.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
So guys, and on today's video I will show you the potential upcoming movements of NIO based on its recent price action, and I will show you that in general NIO is trying to change its narrative from the general sentiment that was quite bearish for quite a long period of time to the bullish sentiment, and I will show you in a minute what I'm talking about. But for now, guys, let's take a look at some fundamentals. What was the reason of its movement to the upside? Let me show you some news. And first of all, I want to pay attention to this news that 5 days ago was published on cnevpost.com. You can see that China EV insurance registrations for week ending July 13th, and this is the data that was published, as I mentioned, 5 days ago. NIO delivered 2.41 thousand vehicles, and to be honest, guys, it is not the best result, because you can see it is still a decline for 2 consecutive weeks from this. It is very difficult to even call this top swing high, but from this point it went lower. And you might wonder what was the reason of its substantial breakout. First of all, guys, if certain asset has some kind of potential technical setup with quite decent risk to reward ratio, and at this point it was quite good and lucrative long position. If I use this tool and put it right here, you can see that the stop loss order should be placed below this previous bottom, the double bottom pattern, and this swing high should be the price target that hit perfectly well, and it was 4.52 to 1 risk to reward ratio. And yes, I think it was quite decent setup that I covered, that I caught basically from June the 20th. And here is the news that was the real driver of its price to the upside. It was published on July 14th, and it says NIO shares surge in Hong Kong after ONVO L90 pre-sales sparked optimism. As of press time, NIO surged more than 10% in Hong Kong, extending its winning streak to the 6th trading day. Analysts believe the L90's pricing is competitive and will drive ONVO sales growth. And guys, this is nothing else but an anticipation of the upcoming actions that might happen with NIO, and because of this and because of the technical setup, NIO share price went much higher. And let me show you some anticipations of investors from this news. So, the team believes that ONVO's monthly total sales could exceed 10,000 units in the third quarter, given that the ONVO L60 sold 31,862 units in the first half of 2025. Looking ahead, ONVO plans to launch the ultra-large SUV L80 in October with an expected average monthly sales volume of about 5,000 units, according to Deutsche Bank. And guys, Deutsche Bank in particular is very bullish on NIO's price action, because in a research note on July 11th, Deutsche Bank analyst Wang Bing's team said that the L90's pre-sales price is highly competitive and projected the SUV's monthly sales volume to reach about 5,000 units. And I have to admit that if the price of certain vehicle is very competitive, it means that potentially it has a low gross margin in it. And that is why, guys, the sales might be quite high, but it will not be reflected as expected on the fundamentals. That is why, guys, we have to be cautious with this movement, especially when this asset went from the basically within just 1 week for more than 30%. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, what should we expect next? Let's delete this tool, and we pretty much completed this structure, and in a minute I will show you the potential path of NIO price for the next week or so. But first of all, I want to zoom out a little bit to 3 hours time frame, and let me show you that in general, if I turn off all the tools, in general, guys, this breakout above its previous substantial swing high might indicate that this bottom might be the very bottom for NIO's price action for, let's zoom out even further to a daily time frame, it might be the bottom of the NIO's price action for several years. And you can see that previously it was at the same levels back in June of 2020. So, and this means that potentially, guys, NIO might have its trend reversal on a bigger scale. That is why, guys, let's focus on its closest price action and let's do some breakdown. So, from this bottom, we can clearly identify this as our first wave, this is our second. Wait a second, I will show you in details right here. Let's delete unnecessary tools and clean the chart a little bit, and let me show you like this. We broke several ranges of resistances, and it is a very good sign, but from the Elliott wave perspective, we potentially might have, this is our first wave, second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is third wave, fourth, and this is the top. Or, guys, to be honest, I think we might have another leg to the upside to complete the fifth wave, and it will be only one wave on a slightly bigger scale, just the beginning of its major movement to the upside. And guys, every trader knows that they have to wait more confirmation to enter their major position, and this is just the first part of this confirmation. What I'm talking about, let me explain. If the certain asset has 5 waves in the shape of a very impulsive movement with a substantial volume, this means right after all 5 waves are formed, it has to have in best case scenario this type of retracement, and this ABC correction should land somewhere in the ranges in the relatively low numbers, but with an anticipation of its next major movement to the upside. And in this case, guys, if it is just in my opinion, it might be just 1-2 setup on this scale, but it will be the third wave. The NIO potentially just started the third wave on a bigger scale from this bottom, and we had, this is our first wave, this is our second, and this another 1-2 setup, which means the price targets for NIO in the medium-term perspective might be very substantial. Definitely it has to confirm and it has to support this price action with the good news that potentially might happen within next several months. But let's zoom in again to this fifth wave, and let me show you that potentially, well, on the one hand, we can count 5 waves right here. But on the other hand, guys, wait a second, the fourth wave should be at this point, and I have to downgrade this scale to minuet. But on the other hand, guys, we might have a little bit different count, and this might be nothing else but ending fifth wave diagonal. And if so, guys, this might be the first wave. Second, well, no, it cannot be the second. We might have several waves to the upside, because in a smaller scale we might have this as our entire first wave, this potential is the second, third, fourth and fifth. And if it forms, guys, if it forms some kind of rising bearish wedge, if it has this type of pattern, if it forms this type of pattern, this means, guys, it will be much easier to catch its retracement. And wait a second, this range of resistance at $4.83 might act as the next substantial range of resistance from which it can have a U-turn. So that is why, guys, wait for potential couple of legs to the upside. I don't suggest you to enter your long position from the current price, because the upside potential is not the highest, just 10%, but the downside potential might be substantial, again more than 10%. This means 1-to-1 risk to reward threshold doesn't worth your attention. That is why, guys, wait for more confirmation, and if you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up.